We are bringing multiple perspectives together in one conversation, a panel discussion titled Our AI Future.
The discussion will be led by Andrew Burrell, joined by an inspiring lineup, Júlia Szatmári, Adorján Korényi, Zoltán Kerecsényi, és Gergely Mihalka.
They will explore what's next for AI, from strategy to culture to innovation and impact, and how all of us can help shape that future responsibly.
So grab your seats, get comfortable, and let's see what happened when great minds, big questions, and just the right amount of caffeine come together. Please welcome our panelists.
Wow, thank you. That's quite a build-up, so we've got a lot to live up to now, haven't we? So I'm Andy Burrell. I head portfolio marketing for Nokia's Cloud and Network Services. That's one of our business groups that's really at the heart of 5G. Yesterday, there was a lot of presentations about AI models and technology frameworks and a bit on use cases, which we continue today. And then today, there's a lot more around people and process, leadership, which Gergely was touching, this transformation to AI native software engineering. And now we're going to try something a little bit different, right? Which is we're going to look towards the future, and rather dangerously, we're going to make some predictions about the future. So hopefully these don't come back to bite us. Okay, so let's get started. You already gave the panel a warm welcome. I think most of the people are already known to you. Of course, Addy's the host here. You met him yesterday on day one. Gergely, you were presenting earlier on about leadership and what it would require going forwards and the impact of AI. And then Júlia, as we said, you were doing that deep dive into culture and that transformation, including learning and so on. But Zoltán, you're new, so maybe you'd like to just say a couple of words and explain about yourself and also about 4IG, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. First, maybe I'm new in this position, actually. I'm representing 4IG Group today, but maybe I'm not really new for all of you. I was part of Nokia for 10 years earlier. Actually, I'm here in the position like AI domain head, Group IT 4IG. Which is a telecom operator, but this company is quite big. So this includes different domains. So telecom service providers, fixed and mobile, and also system integrator. So we are doing quite many things, but yeah, let's wrap up later. So.
Thanks, Zoltán. So I do have a present for you, but don't get too excited. So, here we go. One for you. And Júlia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, in terms of the format today, we're going to have a proper panel discussion. There's a chance for you to give your questions at the end, but there's actually 2 rounds of voting that we're going to do, and this is also a chance for you to get involved in this as well. So I'll invite you to join in a second. So this is called Binary Reactions. Hopefully the name is self-explanatory. It's a simple yes or no to these predictions. You don't need to explain your decision. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to give any caveats. It's just simply, do you agree with the statement or not? So let's start. The first one then is we're looking towards the future, 2030. Will we have artificial general intelligence? Okay, so that's quite split. Gergely, you made a comment earlier on about AGI and sort of some of the barriers sort of eroding. Is the timescale particularly that's the issue? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All righty. We heard, I think, yesterday, somebody made that comment that like in the next 5 years, there's going to be a bigger transformation than we've seen in the last 40 years. I guess this kind of prediction, I mean, I think I would agree with you. I don't see AGI happening, but we can all look quite silly in perhaps, 1 or 2 years. So thank you. Yeah. Okay. Second question then. There's been a lot of stuff in the news quite recently about deepfakes being used in different political elections. So Ireland last week, Holland. So the question is, what are we going to do about it? Again, by 2030, will we have systems that can automatically detect deepfake videos or deepfake audio, pretty much like we have with antivirus software today? So again, yeah, okay. Different view from the audience there, but let's hope so. I mean, it's a serious problem that we really need to address. Okay, third question then. So by 2030, successful AI startups will be much faster at delivering a return on investment. And I don't know if this is how accurate this is, but at the moment it seems to be, taking 3-4 years, even for a successful startup to start delivering an ROI. So the prediction is it will be 50% faster, and we'll get there within 18 to 24 months. Again, universal consensus. I guess that's being optimistic that as humans, we're able to learn from mistakes and actually make sure that we don't repeat those mistakes. And I guess things like the organization change, governance, plethora of different models and so on. Let's hope so. And then last one, this is now for the audience, so your chance to get involved. Looking at 2030, will most meetings actually be between humans, or will they be between AI agents or avatars that are representing humans? So maybe the audience, if you agree with that statement, put your hand up. Not too many. So most people, I think, expecting it's still going to be humans. I guess that's quite inspirational. There's still a role for us here, and I guess that explains why we're here as well. Thank you. Alrighty, so let's go to the second part now, which is a sort of more traditional panel discussion. And I've got 4 questions, and I'm going to start with Gergely, and I don't have the questions here, so I'm going to have to read these out to you. So Gergely, to you, I think I know the answer, but anyway, what is more important in AI projects? Is it the technology or is it the culture?
Both, but I really believe that culture is more important. We have seen in the past decades that technology is evolving very fast. Technologies are coming and going. It's really about the adoption, how as an organization is finding the business case, how an organization finds the market fit, how an organization finds the way to implement that one. So I think it's more of a culture. Think about cloud. I think that 10 years ago, cloud adoption was in the IT going on, but not in the telco sector. It just started. Maybe I'm wrong in the timeline, but I would say a decade ago, cloud was in the beginning more. Now it's completely accepted. Many of the deliveries happens on the cloud to wherever, for example, a service provider is building a network. And it was more of a culture shift than a technology, because the technology was available much longer ago. And I think it's going to be similar with the AI. Technology is here today. It's going to stay with us. It will evolve very quickly, very rapidly. But we need to learn as organizations that how can we use it. So I think it's more how we are able to adapt to it, how we are able to use for our benefit, how do we find the market fits and the business cases is more relevant than itself the technology.
So it's both, but you would put the bias on the human side of it?
Yes.
Okay. And Júlia, what would you say?
Yeah, basically I have to agree with Gergely. Unfortunately, it would be more fun to disagree. But I cannot. So yes, obviously in the era of AI, the technology is essential. We cannot deny that. So if the technology doesn't evolve, then basically we will not progress a lot. But it will never be the only differentiator. Really, the real success factor will always be the culture, how people think, how they work, how they lead through the changes, how they learn that new technology. what kind of data we have, what kind of platforms we have, what's in general the learning culture of the organization, how we can really adopt that new technology. If I want to put it in a kind of short summary, I would consider the technology as the enabler, which is then multiplied by the culture to be able to really utilize all the benefits of it.
Very good, thank you. I don't know if I'm supposed to express an opinion, but I will anyway. There's a really famous quote by Peter Drucker, and it's around, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So I'd like to just amend that quote. So culture eats strategy for breakfast, and then for lunch it eats technology. So I think it really is culture. And I've got some great examples, but I'm afraid to share them here in a public setting. Okay, so second question, maybe I'll turn to you, Zoltán. And this is a difficult one. We were speaking about governance and how important it is, but like, how do you actually balance governance against innovation or agility? How do you make sure that you have both of those?
Right, so that's a good question. So actually, innovation is always a challenging thing. In this time when we have lots of disruptors and like technology, of course, it's also opportunities, competition. From my angle, or the company where I actually, we are more service providers. So actually we are buying technology, we are using it, deploying and reselling. So of course, how we are using technology, this is something we can innovate, internal. But if we turn to the AI thing, this is a very complex business story now. So yeah, governance is something really needed. And if I think about governance, we have, how to say, rules we need to follow. This is this discussion we already heard today. So yes, in Europe we enjoy the regulation, which gives a very safe environment also for the citizens, the business, but at the same time it gives a nice framework which also impacting the speed and also the implications we need to do. So turn to how to do it in a very large enterprise. At a large enterprise, yeah, we need to make a governance framework. We need to, which we make sure we can, how to say, innovate in a safe way, in a secure way, a trusted way, transparent way. And there are lots of elements of this, like we need to set governance rules, we need to make dedicated positions, rules, checkpoints, which all based on the EU regulation, practically. So it's a very, very complex issue. How we do it, actually, in 4IG. This is a company which is very big. Actually, this is still a bit fragmented. This is in the middle of a transformation process, already set like one company, but still it's lots of challenges. But what we already have, we have our chief AI officer, we have our governance policies, we have our AI codex, or AI governance codex, we have our AI use case repository, we have our internal rules, how to early use cases to be checked from AI risk assessment point of view. So those we also have a network of AI ambassadors in a company, which is a network for formal and informal information flow. So those are the steps and elements we are started to build up to make sure we have a safe governance. And yeah, safety first.
Thank you. That's the most positive thing I've heard today about the EU and regulation, but I think it's a pragmatic approach to it. I mean, you can't change it. You have to accept that as the foundation, and you were just describing the additional mechanisms that 4IG is building on top of that to provide safe AI, essentially?
In this position and this time, this is the only answer I can give you. So like Tamás did, this is my official answer.
Very good, thank you. Adi, would you like to add some more to that? With the mic.
Of course. So the professional answer is that yes, the governance is a must. We have to go with the security aspects or consider those from the very beginning at the AI innovation. But that is boring. That is not exciting at all. I hate that. That was the non-professional part of myself, and I believe that we are in a discovery phase, in an exploratory phase. So we need to try to make it as easy as possible for the colleagues and for the organization. And of course, I agree that we cannot make a wide west of AI here and different corporates, but maybe the truth is somewhere between. I think we need to find out how we can provide a safe playground to engineers and leaders, how we can encourage the teams to try it out and fail without making the company appearing in the TV news or in the newspapers. Yeah, that's my view.
Very good. Stay out of the news. Okay, thank you. So, Júlia, over to you. And a question, I guess, essentially like, are you an optimist or a pessimist? So, looking to the future, are you worried or excited about the impact of AI on jobs and the economy?
Very excited. Totally, that's the short answer. The jobs will change. I mean, that's a fact. And I believe nobody can really argue with that. So the jobs will change. All the repetitive work will be removed, the manual work, the manual reporting. You could see in Gergő's leadership presentation a lot of leadership tasks and part of the job will be replaced by the AI. Obviously, in software development, many things will be replaced by the AI. So you just need to accept that. But I also believe that it creates a lot of new opportunities. Because if you remove the manual work, if you remove the work which can be done by the machines, you can focus on a lot more exciting, more value-added work, and you just need to change the way how you are approaching your job. And the other thing is that am I worried or excited? So worrying has never helped anybody, I believe. You can be worried, but probably that doesn't help us. Those jobs will still change. So my advice is that rather get excited, learn, get on this train and figure out what new skills you need to learn to be still successful after the changing roles. And one more thing, speculation, but my opinion is that yes, the jobs will change from content point of view, but it will not change from numbers point of view. Like if I'm approaching this from software development point of view, the software development will be totally different. The job of a developer will be totally different. But I also believe that there will be a need for writing a lot more software than we are doing today. So the job will change. It will get more productive, but the need for software and products and other automation will also increase. So don't worry, get excited and learn.
Thank you. And Gergely, anything you'd like to add?
It's difficult to add something because this was very well said. I try still to add the perspective. I am excited what the future will bring. And I really agree with Júlia that there will be more jobs in the technology sector, creating all the tools and products what people will need. I'm a bit more skeptical on the non-tech sectors, like agriculture, service industry, or drivers, like taxi drivers. These jobs I really believe that will disappear gradually, not in our next 5 to 10 years. But I think that they have more fear or more worry on their side than the technology workers like us. And that is, I think, going to be a very big challenge in the next 2 to 3 decades for humanity or the society in general, that how do we deal with this problem. So while I really agree with Julia's assessment on our situation, probably for us and our next generation of tech people, but I think that the world will fundamentally change because many of the job opportunities will be automated completely, because those are very manual, very simple tasks. And we need to find a way how we integrate them still into the society. And I think that I don't want to create a pessimistic view, so I'm really excited about it. But this is something what is on my watch out list, let's say.
Yeah. So overall, as Júlia said, it's a net positive. In the long term, it's a net positive. The same as like other technology, like, you know, word processing software came in and it got rid of the typing pool, but in general, it made people more productive. But you're just talking about the short-term disruption and challenges in specific industries.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty. Oh, go ahead.
Don't want to hack this one. The answers, I think those were great ones, but I wanted to add that usually we are saying that, okay, AI is going to take our job, or we are saying that that person is going to take our job who can handle AI better, or something like that, but I know the truth. I'm going to tell you, the youngsters are going to take our job. And I tell you why. You know, have you played Doom or Duke Nukem? I mean, you are all young, but maybe when you were even younger, have you played those games? First person, yeah. So in those times, what we have done, you know, we were going with the avatar and shooting, and that was the game. And I keep watching my sons, 15 and 12 now, with this Fortnite and whatever, Call of Duty, I don't know, and they are doing thousands of things in 2 seconds. I even cannot follow what the hell they are doing, and this is kind of natural for them. So, and I believe, and this is not a scientific result of scientific research, but I believe that this is going to be the same with the AI. The youngsters going to be AI native. We have to learn AI on the hard way to, you know, keep the pace with those little bastards. So this is just a, you know, an observation, and maybe another thought that as an engineer, I think your or our duty is to keep develop ourselves. As a leader, our duty is to keep posting on LinkedIn about the AI. Yeah.
As a marketing person, I approve that message. So thank you. So final question then on this round. Actually, it's back to you, Adi, and it's pretty much building on what you've just said, actually, which is what will the impact of AI have on education? Simple question to end on.
It's simple. It's simple. And I have a friend. It's not the priest, another friend. A young, clever, strong, handsome guy, engineering leader. This guy is doing an EMBA right now, and this guy was tired one of the nights, but he had to he had to do an exam and prepare for the exam on this EMBA about diversification of corporates. And he decided that I'm going to take the easy way. It was a exam where you could open book exam. So he started to screenshot the questions and thrown to ChatGPT. The answers arrived, and there were two mistakes with this approach. The first one was that at the second or third question, this guy forgot to, scroll down to the bottom of the page. So ChatGPT not recognized that there is one additional multiple choice and started to throw, stupid answers. So the first takeaway is that even AI is not going to be able to correct human stupidity. And the second one is that next morning my friend could not remember about, what the hell, in which cases we need to acquire or to go to strategic allyships, or what does it mean to, to have a friendly takeover or a hostile takeover. So we can be easily lazy, and I think that's a significant threat. And we all have to learn the basics to be able to use the ChatGPT or the AI and build on the basic the foundations of specific topics. And I forgot what was the question, but the answer was something like,
No, thank you. I guess the point is that if you use those tools to cheat, you're cheating yourself, right? I mean...
Right, exactly.
Okay. Zoltán, to finish off, anything from you on that?
So how AI will impact on how we learn and what? I mean, I would start from the point that what are the skills and capabilities and competencies we should have, or someone should have, in this industry or somewhere else, because that's a question, and then depends what someone, students, kids, or even adults. I mean, continuous learning, end of our life, we need to keep learning. So, and at the same time, and the technology is also there to help us how to learn. So one thing, I think, what we need, of course, technical stuff we need to learn somehow. We need to be capable to do whatever we do, at least the basics. Yeah, AI helps to get more higher level. This is one thing. So here my idea is, or my reflection is, I mean, critical thinking is maybe one thing we should keep. Or it would be an advantage if someone have it, as this one. All the other stuff, manual things, repetitive things, will be done by the tool. So, but yeah, critical thinking, and how AI can impact and help us. Yeah, the other aspect is the more individualized learning path. So the tool can help us to do our own way and or how to say. Way and because the learning can be more interactive, and the tool can help where we have difficulties with learning. So these are the 2 points maybe I can reflect.
Very good. So it's no longer one size fits all. You've got the ability to customize and personalize the learning, and then critical thinking. Don't just take the answer at face value, and think about the sources, think about what the prompt was, and the implications of that. Thank you. Júlia, Gergely, would you like to add anything else to that?
Actually, for me, one interesting point is not just how the way we learn will change, but how actually the education system will change. I just heard the discussion, or maybe I read I was listening to a podcast, I don't really remember, but it was a discussion about universities disappearing in the next 5 to 10 years. Why? Because basically with the help of AI, you can customize your learning, you can learn any new skills, any new job, any new content. You can basically create agents which are also your learning coaching partner. It's not only about static information reading, but it's also answering questions, doing tests, arguing with a chatbot about certain topics. So basically, if I look really just what the education does with sharing information and teaching you information, you could do that with AI. Of course, education is about a lot more. It's about the community, it's about the connections between the people, it's about creating the network, it's about learning from each other. Yeah, AI probably will not replace that, but most of the content can be replaced by AI.
Wow, thank you. Alrighty, then let's carry on. So the final round of voting here, and we're going to flip this now, so you get to go first this time. So, part two. First statement here. Even if an AI system makes an incorrect recommendation, if you follow it, humans are always responsible for their actions. So do you agree? Okay. Generally, yes, I guess kind of 2/3 or so agree with that. So we know that AI systems hallucinate. We know that sometimes they give incorrect information. I think BBC put out a report last week, and they were saying that kind of 45% of Gen AI created content had potential issues. But I think, like as humans, we're ultimately responsible. It's the kind of sat-nav situation, isn't it? Like, I mean, sat-nav tells you to go one way. If you follow that, that's kind of on you, even if the sat-nav's wrong. But any comments from the panel? Agree? Okay. Second question. We should be worried about the impact of AI on our ability to think critically. Yeah, again, probably even more, in kind of 75% or so. Oh, okay. Júlia, would you like to explain your perspective, please?
Because I'm the only one with no.
Yes. the only one here. The only one here.
So should I be worried about the critical thinking, right? That was the question. I know that I know that many people are worried about some of the human skills disappearing because of the AI. I see it a bit differently. So whatever needs to disappear because of the AI should disappear. That's it. So if the AI can replace, then we don't need it. It's like when the machines came instead of the human manual work. Everybody was, of course, worried that we will never be able to do, I don't know what, manually. And so what? We don't need to do that. So same, maybe the critical thinking will transform, will become a bit different thing, but maybe that's okay.
I think Adi has a perspective. Let's hear.
Yeah, so this is not about AI, just about the critical thinking. 5-10 years ago, I had to travel to Belgrade, and I used the GPS. And there were some constructions on the highway. So it told that you should leave the highway, turn to the right, turn to the right, turn to the right, go back to the highway. And I went to the highway. Turn to the right, turn to the right. It was the 4th cycle when I recognized that I'm in one place. So I was not thinking too critically. Yeah, just an observation.
Very good. I don't know if this is...
But you cannot blame the AI for that. sorry, Adi.
I'm blaming the GPS manufacturer.
So I also want to add that I think critical thinking itself, judgmental, cannot disappear. It must be here with us. At this point in time, AI is great help and will be a great help. But we cannot act stupid because that's just gonna blow to our face. We have to be really thinking critically about situations and make the right corrections if the machines are not doing what they're supposed to do. So I think that at this point in time, critical thinking will stay with us, and that's a really big asset for us that we are able to do that.
Maybe one more note. I'm not sure whether you've seen the movie Idiocracy. Have you seen it? Yeah, so that Idiocracy is going to arrive if we forget about this critical thinking. So that movie was about, let's say, humanity. So the IQ of humanity decreased through the decades significantly, and what type of new world humanity created for themselves. Watch that movie. That's a cool one.
Wow, recommendation as well. So anyway, interesting sort of perspectives there. So final question to the panel. I won't ask Júlia first because I think I know what the answer is going to be. But by 2030, AI will have completely transformed software development and testing, and it will basically be unrecognizable from today. We'll have AI taking the lead and humans just there as observers on the loop. So I guess a vote first of all, and then maybe some commentary from everybody. Do you agree with the statement? Yes, no? Yes. Zoltán's still thinking. Yes, yes, yes. You can go first if you want, Júlia.
Yeah, so actually my whole morning presentation was about this. I'm not sure I can add anything new, but well, maybe I wouldn't say it will be unrecognizable. So, I mean, software will be software, probably, no matter how we create it. I also believe that even if a lot of the work will be done by AI, still the human's role will be extremely important. So it will still be software development. So you still need to understand the architecture. You still need to plan how you are developing that feature or that functionality. So it will still be software development. You will just have a lot of AI teammates to coordinate.
Thank you. Anybody else want to offer a perspective?
I agree.
Okay, very good. Alrighty, so that's pretty much the end. I think now we have a chance for people here in the audience if you want to ask some questions. And I think, Júlia, we probably want to give that mic to the... You take this one. Special.
That's the best, but I think...
Thank you.
My question is connected to the first question at the beginning of the discussion. It's about AGI. If you would ask Sam Altman about it, he would tell you that we already achieved AGI and we are at the ASI now stage. So artificial super intelligence, that is OpenAI claim at least. So I would like to ask the panel, what does AGI mean in the first place?
I see that there are a lot of volunteers, so
Thank you.
Let me try. Yes, I heard that statement, and I don't know whether it's true or not. When I responded with a no for that question, even though we were not asked to explain it, for me, AGI will be available when it's available for everyone. Not in a laboratory, not in a super special conditions, but when it's available generically for anyone to use it. I don't believe, personally, that it's going to be in the next 4 to 5 years until we have 2030. And for me, the AGI definition is very simple. They are able to supersede any human capability what we have today, and they will not make as many errors as they do today. So it's about capability and quality for the mass market. I don't believe, but I'm not Sam Altman, so I'm super far from him, that it's going to be available for the masses in the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Does somebody have an easier question?
Probably you heard about information society as a very old achievement by societies all around the globe. It happened by, let's say, millenary, so around 2000, okay? My question is, how will you envisage a society which is, could be even a higher achievement via this AI route than the information society, which started actually by electronic data processing in the 60s. Okay, so the question is, how will you envisage such a society which will be the end result of our current AI phenomenon, okay? And what is your also prediction when it will happen, whatever you name it individually?
I wish I could give an answer to that, but I can't. I mean, honestly, I have no answer to that.
I'll make an attempt as best I can. I mean, I guess what we're talking about is a utopian vision where humans are freed from all routine, repetitive, mundane tasks. We're not worried about remembering things and mechanistic tasks, and we're free to create and collaborate and yeah, exercise, I guess, true humanity. I mean, when will that happen? I think that's some way into the future, right? That's some decades still, I think. It can be utopia or it can be hell, can't it? Again, depending maybe on society and the policies that we enact to actually support that, yes.
Can I give also an attempt to answer? This is, by the way, I like the question because it's a super fascinating question, and I will start with the statement that I don't know. However, if the previous question was asking about AGI and ASI, even though I don't know exactly what ASI, but if we have artificial generic intelligence, it means that a machine can always supersede any human capability. In that sense, technology will be there, probably. Then you need data center to run all those AI modules, machines, softwares, whatnot. And then the question will come down, is this cheaper than still using human labor? Because we don't know the answer for that. And if the human labor will be more expensive than producing a better quality, same skill set machine, then we have a problem. Because then you don't need people to work because everything can be done by machines. If you don't need people, sad news, you will not get salary. If you don't get salary, you buy nothing. And then you end up in the utopian discussion because then the whole society is a question mark. And I think that's one of the area which is, I'm really far for having a strong opinion on this one, but really not clear. Because I really believe that technology will be there, whether it's 10, 15, 20, doesn't matter. Data centers capability will be there because we will build it even if we destroy our planet. Financial viability is a question mark. But if it will be cheaper to do anything what human can do, then it's a society problem because then it's about the universal income and all this kind of discussion. But that's, I really think that it's not in the very near future to have. And sorry, this was highly speculative. I heard podcasts about it and read about it. I have just, this is a very scary part, to be honest.
Thanks, Zoltán.
Yeah, maybe just one more word. And back to history, I mean, just back to the app, we can listen lots of things and podcasts and everything, and who are more clever in society things. But back to the industrial revolution, I mean, yeah, that was a big problem then, but the society slowly adopted. The problem comes when sort of 10 years ago, this exponential growth of industry come as a new story. So the technology evolving much faster than we can adopt. So maybe, and this is if the singularity comes soon, in the AI singularity, when the machine can be much clever and improving themselves faster, okay, so what else we can add, like humans here? And then comes the problem with the wider society. But yeah, it's an endless discussion, so.
Maybe one more question.
Yeah, thank you. My question related to learning. Because now we can see that there are like a lot of things going on, a lot of content for learning. And for example, for developers or for a person who wants to learn these things, it's challenging first to find what to learn and then so it's like there are a lot of content and it's hard to keep up with the speed of how this is going on. So my question is, what do you think this is a solution for this challenge? And yeah, I think that's my question.
Who wants to answer that question?
Schools.
Yeah, maybe just one more word. And I wanted to tell this one in the previous question, but now it came back to my mind. And then when the internet was a new thing, and then helps to sort of democratize to access to the information, right? And now when this AI maybe is the next step to help sort of almost everyone to create the same thing if can communicate well with the computer. So gives sort of adding more capabilities to more humans who were previously not that educated or not that capable for things. Of course, that's a question, who will need that capability when the machine can do everything? So, but it's not a real answer actually, but just another dimension.
All right. Is there any question which is burning? Of course, the question of the day.
I don't know what is the X factor of the AI.
Let me bring the mic to you.
Then the dancing cats are the X factor.
Dancing cats.
So what is the X factor for AI? Yeah, it depends. Yeah, of course, it depends which angle we want to see. But let's do it in a positive way. So let's hope that it will help for many of us. But I think how to say sorry, I just want to find the right word. The responsible way of using it. This is an important thing. So, which is also back to the society question and security, everything. So, because we have quite many other tools we can use, like even atomic bombs. I mean, not myself, but someone. But yeah, same responsible use of, because it's a dangerous tool for many of different ways.
All right, then thank you very much for all of our panelists. Let's give a round of applause to them.